Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, Father and Son Petrolheads, incorporating SOMA Autos, and there's a big reason for plugging that. So you'll have to forgive some of the video. I don't know what's gone wrong. I know it's never going to be professional. It's two guys messing about in a workshop with some toys. For some reason the mic didn't turn on a little bit of the section, so you just have to forgive me because it's me voicing it over afterwards, which isn't very professional, but then it's not very professional. Anyway, apologies for there not being too much on the channel in the last week or two. That's really because of my work taking over a business, and because things went wrong with the Jag and we couldn't understand why, and now we've got to the bottom of that. I thought I'd do a little video and say that I was an idiot. So it's had a Caldoofy exhaust which didn't fit properly. Spoke to Caldoofy, they said it's never happened before. Whether it's my car, whether there's an issue with it, it's only a short wheelbase, so I'd already specified that. Anyway, bottom line is the front sort of X pipe was about 2 inches too short. As it's my daily, something had to go back on, so I either put the old one back on, hope that we could then get to the bottom of the new one, or because we're very lucky that we have the workshop, my son could cut and weld the old end of the cats, if you like, in order to give us that little extension piece. And also the Caldoofy was slightly bigger than the end of the cats were on the car, so whether there's something about mine that's different, I've got no idea, but bottom line was I needed the car back. So exhaust is back on, sounds amazing, not noisy in the car, can't fault it, it sounds and goes better, definitely. You know, we've got the Caldoofy intake, we've now got the Caldoofy exhaust. Next job is smaller supercharger pulley, uprated water pump, service the supercharger, and then rebuild the rear subframe. But that's all tricky when it's a daily car. I was an idiot with the suspension compressor, as you probably know or don't know. There's 6 washers, 3 springs and 3 rubber mounts and a bracket. Well, when you're holding all that up in the air up here on a ramp, it suddenly becomes bloody heavy. You move it slightly, everything pings off and goes everywhere. We thought we'd put everything back on and in the right place, and it turned out that when we took it apart last weekend, dropped all the under trays, one of the washers fell out. That was the whole cause of a vibration throughout the whole car, which was very uncomfortable. A bit like when ABS kicks in, it felt that violent through the car. And I had several people saying, no, it can't be that, it's impossible. In fact, it only came to light really when I fed my tropical fish and managed to knock the air pump, which puts air into the tank, and it rested against the side of the cabinet, and suddenly there was this vibration. So light bulb, that's what it is. So anyway, the air suspension compressor is now sitting level instead of sitting like that when it was resting against the bodywork, and the car is back to normal. If anything, riding better than it was, though it's still quite hard. Yeah, so hopefully we're good to go. So we changed petrol tank straps. The others were a bit rusty, to say the least. We changed the exhaust, we changed the gearbox oil, we changed the diff oil, we changed the rear link bar. Diff and gearbox oil, second time they've been done, because they were pretty disgusting. So anyway, I'll voice over the videos that I was an idiot and didn't turn the mic on. I'll apologise for my lack of professionalism. I won't apologise for the skill of my son being able to make the exhaust fit with a bit of cutting and shutting. And if there's any work that you do need doing, SOMA Autos is the place to go. Initially self-taught, then apprenticeship at an independent, worked for Ford, worked for Land Rover, worked for Jaguar, worked for Aston Martin, 2 years out on his own now. Give SOMA Autos a shout if you're anywhere near Watford, Sarrett. Grew up with classic cars, so he knows how to set points, even though he's not 30 yet. Yeah, give him a shout. And as I always say, thank you ever so much for watching. Like, subscribe, share, tell everybody, because it's not professional. It's never going to be. It's not what I want. And if you want professional, then I'm sorry, you'll have to pick someone else, I guess. We'll catch you soon. Thanks a lot. Cheers. And so it begins. The epic journey, along with Kieran. Oh, that's terrible light. Let's try again. That's better. Of the Jag. So, the exhaust. It's got a little blow, I think, from here. You can even see that probably the MOT tester wasn't happy about that. So, we're going to change it for that beast. Decibel meter installed. We'll keep you updated on progress. Let's go for it. Well, they're all good. So they're definitely going to come off. He says. Some bits go everywhere. That's good. These might be more tricky. It definitely had an exhaust blow. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. That may be an angle grinder job. Fucking hell. Do you know what? I think we might not waste our time trying to undo those because they look a little bit perished. So, might just have to bite the bullet and chop them. Back soon.
That one's down. Right, drop that.
That's all right.
Drop that
top. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Thing is, because once it comes down, it'll rest on the anti-roll bar anyway.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. I don't get dirty hands. Oh, no.
One off, new one going on. So as you can see, it didn't quite fit as we planned. It's a bit short. Thankfully, with the facilities we've got, we could at least adjust it, weld it up, make it that bit longer. Anyway, what goes up and what goes on must now stay on. Keeping everything crossed. Back soon. Haven't got the front clamps on yet, they haven't come, but here we go. Ready? So the next job on the Jag. Look at that lovely piece of kit. It was so knackered at that end we had to cut it off. Anyway, this is one of the link bars from the rear. You can't buy the rubbers, and though there's not actually any play in it, we've got a nice shiny new one, which will go up in there and go across. I don't know if you can see it into there. Finally, we seem to be making some progress. Oh, catch you soon. Well, that took a bit longer than expected. But, as you can see, it's on. I'm just about through there. So, gearbox is drained. Differential next. And as I said before, there's the drain plug. You have to suck the oil out and then put it back through the same hole. So, let's crack on. So the next job on the Jag was to change the fuel filter. which turned out to be a bloody nightmare. Because a lot of the little plastic lugs, if you like, that hold the bolts that hold the under tray on, just span around in the chassis. Luckily enough, we could bend them out, bend the tray out the way enough, and as you can see, there's two little unions. You've got to undo those, spin the filter out. The reason we did this is because looking at it, and although the car's got full service history, it doesn't seem as though that's been changed in a very long time. And certainly the colour of the fuel that came out of it was disgusting. And there we go, the new one popped back in. The under trays put back on, as many of the bolts that would undo anyway. Next job, or another job, which with the help of Kieran, we managed to change the petrol tank straps. These are stainless steel items and hopefully won't go rusty, which apparently is a problem on the XJ. Only thing we had to do was cable tie those two little unions on for the wiring, because the new clips or new straps didn't come with them. As you can see, the old ones were pretty rotten. And also, while we were at it, Kieran sort of accidentally leant on the front wheel offside, and there was a little bit of a clunk. And the little bit of a clunk turned out to be the track rod end. Now, that was on the car before I got it, so I hadn't actually touched that. But it was not done up. It was actually loose, the top nut on the track rod end. So I thought it had been a bit of a clonk, didn't really know what it was. Turns out that that little movement there was what the clonk was. Tighten the nut up, clonk goes away. We also installed the new air compressor, which, as I said earlier, stupidly I put one of the washers in wrong. That caused a huge vibration against the car, but we've covered that.
You want it filmed from cold?